up to have it. It says we're live, so fingers crossed.
Let me check my phone. Hold the phone.
I'm still not prepared in the sense that I should have everything up. I'm lucky I got all the banners right beforehand.
And it's on the color theme.
Yes, it is.
It took me a hot minute to remember how to change the color. I was just like, oh shoot. And then I was trying to create our events for April.
Yes, we're live. We're live.
All right. But yeah, I was trying to create our events for April, and on my phone, I hadn't logged into StreamYard in a while, and so it logged me out of Nicole's account, and I was like, oh no, I hope that doesn't happen for one of our lives. But I think there must be something where we have to like come on once
every 30 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
I made a post-it note every 3 weeks that I have to do it, so we should be okay. But hello, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Vina's joining us today. I always love when Vina joins us.
Yeah,
I try, but my reading habits are all over the place, so I always get to read your books in between all the arcs I sign up to do.
You get a ton of arcs.
I sign myself up for too many. I'm cutting back.
I'm like, I can't read anymore. I can't read anymore this month.
I always want to read more, and then it's just like I look at all the things that I could be reading, and I'm like, none of you interest me right now. Not gonna get rid of it.
Mood reader problems.
But I don't know which one of you I want to read, which is why I started that
the rap project.
Vina, I think you were on the last time where I picked one.
You picked one for your rapping project.
Are we gonna pick another one? Are we gonna pick another one?
We can do it today. Yes, we can do one today. At the end of it, or maybe we should do it now because we keep forgetting to do it at the end.
Shannon's here.
Hey, Shannon. Oh, I got to click on things. I have but yes.
Oh, and you have the physical book. I didn't get my copy yet.
I
read it a while ago, but I haven't bought a copy from my shelf yet.
The thing I like is it's the same pattern, just a different color as the first one.
I like that.
Click on the thing. Yay!
Click all the things.
Yeah, I hope I can remember to do that because I very much spaced. But thanks for joining because it is daylight savings time, so I knew that this one was going to be iffy. But yeah, we're here to discuss Amari and the Great Game by I'm going off memory. B.B. Alston. Yeah. I don't know. I liked this one more than the first one, but I also don't remember the first one at all. Like, there was a point where they started recapping what was happening, and I was like, thank God, because I don't remember a darn thing.
I do like when books do give you a little bit of a recap when it's been, especially if it's been like a while since the series started.
Yeah. And I thought, I don't know. I thought we read this last year, but then I think Alicia was saying 2 years ago.
It was me, Vina, and Bree.
Book, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a bunch of us.
Yeah, because this one definitely got pushed back, and then it didn't get released till the end of November, which I read it just in time. No, actually, I lied. I think I read it right after the release.
Oh, okay. I know I signed up.
It's originally come out in April, and then they pushed it. They pushed it 3 different times. I'm like, my goodness, just.
Yeah, and then it fell lower on my TBR the more they kept pushing it, so then I ended up reading my arc late.
Yeah.
If you have to go, Shannon, bye, but feel free to watch later.
And I don't usually do fantasy audiobooks, but I did like listening to this one.
Me too.
I like that they made her sound like a kid. It wasn't like a 40-year-old playing a 13-year-old or however old she is.
My one gripe with the audiobook was I also had the ebook from the library because I wasn't sure my audiobook was going to come in time, so I got the physical. Plus I wanted to kind of start trying to read it so that I could create a new card of characters, which is very hard to do when it's not a romance and you don't have couples, because then I'm just like, which one of you are going to be important and who's just stopping by for this chapter?
There were a lot of characters in this book, I must say.
There were so many, but they kept using exclamation points, and the narrator wouldn't necessarily emphasize it, which is not a problem. But because I had the ebook and I was reading it in my own mind, I would have read it slightly more dramatically. So that was my one small issue with it. But yeah, I do like the narrator was great. I thought they did a great job, like Alicia said, making him sound younger, which is always nice.
It is supposed to be a trilogy.
Okay. It's the third one's going to be the last one? I heard for a minute it might be 4.
4?
I don't know. They might expand it. I mean, it is a popular series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I looked it up, and they at least have, maybe it's the title, but the date was roughly October of this year. And I was thinking, oh, maybe we could add it in at the very end.
Maybe we could finish a series within a year.
Well, BB is also offering free books again. He does these giveaways where he'll pick random people and give them not only a copy of like Amari, but also a copy of whatever book of their choice. He's starting those up on Twitter again. He said this weekend.
Oh, cool.
I had one before, so it was really cool, like to get a signed copy of Amari and then get like the book of my choice. So I had used it to get Skin of the Sea.
Ooh, oh, very cool. And then
he's like book Oprah. He's always like, you get a book and you get a book.
He just seems lovely.
Makes me want to get back on Twitter.
For the nice side of Twitter, yes, he's lovely. He's absolutely lovely. And the Harlequin authors, the Harlequin authors
are very lovely.
They're fantastic.
I would just have to focus on them. I mean, I guess I don't really have very many like people that I would follow on Twitter, so I don't have to see too much of the negative side of it. But at the same time, I'm just like,
you can restart it and just start from scratch and just have the people you like.
I could.
That's what I did. Don't even like everybody who I didn't care about. I was like, done.
I have so many people on mute just so that like, and then sometimes I go through and I periodically unmute people and I'm like, oh no, I remember now why I put them on mute.
Remute.
Yeah, oh man. I wish I could get off of all social media, to be honest with you. If it wasn't
like Instagram anymore.
I could you can schedule posts on Facebook. So anyone on Facebook, that's awesome.
I schedule my tweets sometimes.
Can you do that?
Yep. I schedule tweets often, especially like if I'm going to be in the office and I want to post a review. Like a lot of Tuesdays I'm in the office now. So I will schedule my review to post like normally around 9 a.m. just like, to keep it consistent.
Do we know if Twitter or not Twitter, if Instagram can do this? Because if I can get Instagram and
I heard that they started letting you schedule stuff on Instagram. I haven't tried it yet, but I heard somebody tell me.
I think you have to go into the settings for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I need to get more consistent with Instagram. My friend is like, "Oh, you're doing such a good job. You're really active on your page." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's so hit and miss on as to like if people are gonna like your posts."
Yeah. Right.
Post a book haul or a birthday book haul, and everybody will like it.
I just like the fact because I work on a computer 10 hours out of the day. So I'm just like, I don't want to get on my computer. So if I can get on one of my days off, schedule the week and then forget about it, that would be the most ideal situation for me. And I'm sorry to everyone if I posted too much, but I discovered Canva recently and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. She's teaching me how to use it.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
I got the thumbnail set up. All I have to do is the description. It's privated right now because I don't want it to be public yet until I do the description.
So we're finally getting your channel?
On the 25th of March.
Yay, right around the corner.
Yeah.
I have a author interview / book club with
this one.
This book.
A Curse in Ash.
Curse in Ash.
Okay.
It's Julie Xantopoulos. She also had she has a YouTube channel as well. She's lovely.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
It'll be 8 p.m. VNN my time, and then I think 5 p.m. 5 p.m. your time. But it's a scattered.
Yeah, I try and schedule my YouTube videos too. So right now I have one uploaded and scheduled for next week. I'm trying to like keep it consistent and post at least one video a week around the same time on the same day.
I need to learn from you. You need to teach me your ways.
Oh, my ways are so bad. It's like filming in between lunch break on my work days at home.
Well, I'm actually technically going to steal my boyfriend's camera and use his to film because it's better than so. He knows I'm going to steal it, so it's not really stealing. He knows. He knows.
All right, so I guess we should talk about the book a little bit. Yeah, I did like it. I gave it 4 stars. I feel like my problem with the book is that YA and middle grade are just too young for me right now. I don't know if it's like a phase I'm going through or what, but it felt a little predictable, which I guess if I was a kid, I'd be like, who did it? And I was just like, it's this person right here. Like, they're very suspicious. Look at them.
I think this series is going to be perfect for my brothers when they get a little bit older.
Yeah.
They're a little too young still, but in like a year or two, I think this series is perfect for them.
Yeah. And I think for like, if I was a kid, this would be up my alley. I would love it so much. I love the friends. Didn't love
the friends are so cute.
It reads a little bit too old for my niece. She's about to be 10, but she's still reading, like getting into like chapter books and stuff. So she needs that stuff with like the picture and shorter paragraphs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like a couple years for her, it's something she could pick up. With YA and middle grade, sometimes it can be a little bit formulaic, like especially with the fantasy stuff. So I kind of like dip in and out. For this one, I didn't like it as much as book 1. Book 1 just felt like a little bit more fresh and stuff for me, but I did still really enjoy it. There were some things that I liked that I didn't really care about in book 1 that were kind of not present here. Like one of the things I didn't like so much in book 1 was like the overemphasis on like her race and being the only one. And that kind of was like a lot less in this book, where it was more focused on like what was keeping her on the outside was her being a magician among non-magicians, and we didn't so much mention like her having to be poor and stuff like that. And plus she had friends now to like balance things out.
I loved her friends, Elsie and Jaden. I was really glad that at one point Jaden was just like, I'm gonna go away. Like she had to go do something. She's like, I'll see you in a minute. And I'm like, if anything happens to Jaden while they're gone, I will not forgive this book at all. Because it's one of those things.
He's a cinnamon roll. He's so cute.
He was, but I'm thinking like adult books. I'm like, usually when you start to like someone and they leave the page in an angry moment, like they're not coming back to like create drama. But thank goodness he came back. Oh yeah, the friends.
Yeah, I wanted him to pop in a little bit more.
I was hoping for a little bit more from him too.
Yeah.
I'm hoping maybe in the next book we'll get more. I would love a spin-off series for him with like how like his his power with
the animal power
to animals. I just thought that was so cute. And that little shadow thing. Also, we never got resolution on that shadow thing. Are we getting him back to its owner, or is it just theirs now?
The one part that bothered me, and maybe it's because I hold grudges, I'm like, I would not forgive her for what she did in the first book, that Laura Van
Laura Van Helsing.
I was like, no.
What did she do in the first book? She was a bully.
She was evil to her. I'm like, no. No, I'm good.
Amari is way more forgiving than I am.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh,
and then they're shocked when later on down the book certain things happen, and I'm just like, really? How are we shocked?
But she had to. Okay, devil's advocate. She kind of had to betray him because she had the right mindset. Like, and she could explain herself where it's like, if I hadn't given them something, they would never have let us go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I still didn't like it, but you kind of got the point, I guess. Oh yeah. I don't know. Elsie was my favorite. The one I always hate when they're like, I'm gonna not tell you to protect you, and I was just like, for the love of God, please just tell her something, anything. I can't talk about it, I can't write about it. Let's have that go a little bit faster, because I hate when they're just, I'm protecting you by not telling you.
At least she had a reason. She literally couldn't tell her.
Yeah. It wasn't that she didn't want to.
They just don't tell them at all because they're like, I'm trying to protect them. She tried and she could not. So then she just had to keep it herself.
I feel like she did it once, and then she's like, well, I'm not going to try to get her to understand that I can't tell her, because then she'll want to help, which she did in the end. But at the same time, I was just like, kind of just make sure that she knows that you're still her friend, because Elsie and you are super cute together, and I love your friendship, and it's wonderful. Also, I was very confused in the beginning when we met Bear and Julia. I, for some reason, thought, was it Bear? Is that his name? Yeah. That Bear was going to be like friends with them. That's what it sounded like. And as soon as they got to the bureau, like, Bear was an ass. Pardon my French, but he was super cruel.
I wonder if he's going to give him a redemption arc in the third book.
Oh, maybe. But he's also friends with Tristan, and that kid needs to jump off a cliff and not know how to fly.
I do have to give him credit. He writes hateable kids.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I know you're only 12, but...
Oh, I guess I need to remember that, because I always... I was thinking like more teenage, 16, 17, even though she said multiple times that she's 13. Like, I can't lead an army at 13.
Yeah.
I should have known.
I was thinking I would like love to see how this is going to end up being adapted, because I know like Marseille Martin bought the rights to it along with I think Don Cheadle and a couple of other people. Like, it's part of her production company. She's been doing a lot of movies, and she has stuff for Disney and stuff going on. But originally she signed on as Amari, but now she's like 18, so she's a little bit older. So I'm thinking like she'll probably end up like picking somebody else to be Amari.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I would love this as a TV show.
It would be a great TV show.
The rights are definitely secured. She secured them before the book came out.
Oh, cool.
So her production company's working on it. They just haven't like cast or anything yet. Like I said, she was originally going to be Amari, but like she's a little bit older now. So I think like by the time they're ready to actually go into production, she's going to be like a little too old for the role.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I know a lot of times they put high school students like 16, 18, they have like 20 to 25-year-old characters. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily work when they're significantly younger, like that 12, 13 range. Who would they cast in her place? Now I got a dream cast going. I don't know if I selected this one earlier from you, Liz, but in case if I didn't, I think that was for your niece that you were saying.
Yeah. She's another reason why I've been taking on like arcs, like, so I've had like some chapter books and stuff sent to me, so we're like working on them. I just gave her some from a series that I read recently. They sent me like 2 sets, one for her and one set for me. So
that's awesome.
It's just like sometimes I have to pull her away from the cell phone and sit down and read with her. Like, okay, you read 3 chapters and then I'll read 3 chapters.
Yeah.
And then we'll sit there with like her little sister and read back and forth.
Oh, fun.
It's hard for that age, just in general, to find books that they like. Because, like, I'm having that problem with my little brother. Like, he loves to read. Like, give him, like, a Magic School Plus book or a Dog Man book. It's just trying to, like, figure out where his reading level is.
Yes, that's the struggle, because I feel like somebody...
He's so smart, but I don't like
the picture books. My aunt will tell me she'll sit there and like read the picture books and stuff. That's why I'm trying to like keep her with the chapter books with the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So, she can start reading like higher, but also still not get bored by it just all being words.
Right. True. Like he's 8. So like he's at that weird in between. So I'm just like, I'm not sure. But he loves to read, but it's also like I want to like expound he loves the dog, like he loves like the comic strip type books and comic books and graphic novels and stuff like that. It's just trying to find more authors that I can introduce him to.
Yeah, like I've been trying to give her graphic novels too to make it easier.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a good trend. Graphic novels I think are really good transitions for people that are for kids that are having a harder time.
I was going to suggest the Illuminate Files, but that's more adulty. But I immediately thought of when you said graphic novels, like, oh, that's a great book to read. But it's also, you have sections where it is just a lot of page, words on page.
He loves all that stuff, like Dog Man, Cat. What is it? Is it Cat?
Pete Cat?
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Of course, I'm gonna know the cat one.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
But I don't know. I love the whole Jaden character. He's just adorable. Like I don't know if they're trying to do like a budding romance or what, but you saw them like both blushing at each other, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
I think if there's gonna be a romance, it would have to be between him and Elsie. I don't know. If I was gonna ship one of them, I would ship Elsie and Jaden because, oh my gosh, they would be so cute together. In my opinion.
Yeah, I can see adorable. They're at that age where I can see like a budding like first romance happening
right
sometime in this book. But I think it's going to be Amari and somebody else.
True.
I hope it's not Amari and Dylan because
they're setting it up for that, and
I'm just like I don't like it.
I feel like it's going there. She felt a lot of sympathy for him.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I also
it would have to be done right. For I forget how long he was under his spell for a very long time. I'm like, no.
True.
No.
And then Illuminae is huge. It's like 800 pages. 800 might be exaggerated.
I've never read that one.
It's so good. But it has to be a physical book that you're gonna get because there are pages like just of pictures and it's in space. So one of the cool things is like if it's the path of the spaceship, the words will actually follow the spaceship.
It'll be like multimedia.
So yeah, sometimes you have a few words per page, but there are some of them where it's told as a case file. So you do have some of those more written pieces.
He'll slowly get there. He's only in second grade, so
I think my niece is a little too young for Illuminae. Yeah. We did read. I did start her with Sanity and Tallulah. We just need to go back and finish it.
How was that?
It's a good like graphic novel series. There's a lot of like bigger words in it. I feel like for a graphic novel, it has a lot of paragraphs and graphic novels.
Text heavy.
It's a little text heavy. Even though like it's weird because this is also by somebody who also did the illustrations. Usually, like when it's somebody who is also like an artist, they usually know how to do less words. Yeah. She did a lot of words here, and like since it's like STEM related, some of the words are like bigger words. Sometimes I find like people who write prose do too text heavy with graphic novels. They kind of struggle to find that balance. Like you need less words because your pictures are going to do the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, true. The one that I really liked was the one N.K. Jemisin did, and that's definitely adult. But like, as someone who went from fully just writing prose to someone is moving into comics and going back and forth, I think that one was great.
Yeah.
But again, too old. Like, there's an actual sex scene in the book, and I'm not gonna have that. I'm not gonna have that conversation with an 8-year-old. Yeah.
But no, I'm seeing like more stuff out there, so it's just like for me to slowly get her to start picking them up because I have like a couple on my shelf too. Like when she's ready.
It makes me feel so like it's just so funny that he is now reading stuff that I used to read, like the Magic School Bus books. He loves them. Loves them. And I'm like, I used to read them. I'm officially an old lady now. I wish there was more illustrations in this because I love the chapter headers.
I was gonna say that too. I think there was a cheat. One of them was repeated, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I did, and that was one thing I missed the first time because I'm sure the first book had those. But the first book I exclusively just listened to the audiobook, so I had no idea. So sitting with the physical copy, I was just like, oh, these have like, I know that this is a sore subject, but they're kind of like Harry Potter, where you just have that one image that centralizes the chapter. I really liked that because it kind of gave me a little bit of an idea of what's coming, what to expect, and then also kind of helps me visualize it, which honestly I feel like she should have taken the crown. If someone gives you a job and you get to wear a crown, just take it. It was a pretty crown too.
Oh my goodness.
I think this would actually make a pretty cool graphic novel as well. Yes! So I wonder if they're going to adapt this to a graphic novel because I've seen them do it. That was one of my post-it notes. I've seen them do it with some middle grade books. And like I said,
I know they're doing it with Rick Riordan's. Like
yeah, they are. They did it with Tristan Strong recently because I
did they
followed
really?
the artist. Yeah, because I followed the artist who did the Tristan Strong one. She does a lot of like her own comics and graphic novels. So I've been like following her for a while.
Can you send me her name so I can follow her as well? Because I love the art style.
Yeah.
But you're right. This would make a fantastic
graphic novel. It would be great.
I would love to see this.
The Men in Black vibes that you get from both of them, like the random orc that you see on the bus when she's sitting next to him, and then she tells him that he's reading the newspaper backwards,
upside down.
Yeah, I like that too. Like the beginning, we open up and like the magic is more present in the world now. So and it's like she's more accustomed to it. Right. So I like how like we just got right into it.
Yeah, there was no figuring it out. It was just there.
Yeah, that did help kind of hit the ground running. It did feel like it kind of slowed down a little bit because I think, Alicia, you were mentioning like it's the second book syndrome where you kind of have to do more world building. I don't know. For me, I kind of personally liked it. Maybe it's just the mood that I was in, but I don't know. I almost think I like this one more than the first. But
yeah,
and I don't remember the first very much.
And I try not to hold against it when it's been like pushed back multiple times like this one was. Like that's out of his hands. Like that's got nothing to do with the other.
I just love that some of the names that they gave people, like Tiny in the beginning, and he's just this giant guy. He's like, I need to distract him while I get in the bathroom. You're a lucky winner. I don't know why that stuck in my mind, but with the Watchers,
it was the mop bucket or something, wasn't it? It was a mop bucket.
I think it was someone like I think they call them Watchers, where they're like waiting. They expect you to be magical, so they're kind of trying to prove the supernatural.
Oh yeah,
world.
those like
really, that was it.
Like human people who were like very conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. Yep.
And I love
you
that.
Want a mop.
I love that the meeting was in the bathroom of a convenience store, and he kept on asking her why she wanted the keys to the bathroom. I was like, because they always ask you why you want the keys. Like, why am I asking for the keys for the bathroom if I don't need to use the bathroom?
Yeah. And like you have to use it clearly if you want to go for a place where they have the keys on a wooden stick.
Yeah.
It's not. Oh yeah.
I know I'm jumping around, but the little when her, I think it was her, Tristan, and who's her mentor? The Magnus guy.
Oh, Magnus! Magnus and Fiona are engaged. Sorry, that's not what you were gonna say, but I loved that so much.
When they were trying to they were going out to do a mission or something. Yeah. And then they meet these little like fur people that are like, and then the guy's like dressed up in a Pepsi can and ready to fight.
The fairy.
I was just like, oh my god, it's so cute.
Wasn't the guy in the Pepsi can named Cola and the guy in the Cola can named Pepsi?
Pepsi.
I was just like, all right.
There's Pepsi here for you. Like I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. I can't.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did like them. They were fun. I did like the I mean, it goes back to Jaden again, how that little shadow was destroying, I think it was Lara's room.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, stop jumping. And I was like, sits there.
Oh, yeah, when he discovered his power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would love to talk to animals. I think that'd be so wonderful. Especially after we meet this Harlow character. And what was the other guy? Girl. No, it was a guy. It's not Bane. Or was it Bane? It was Bane.
It was Bane.
I knew he was being controlled. There were a couple times where I called it, where she would say something and then they were trying to distract us by Amari like going a different way. I was like, don't you try to do this. I know exactly what's happening. That guy's going to do what she said.
Deflecting.
I'm suspicious of both of you.
Why are all the adults in a lot of middle grade and YA like just awful?
Terrible.
They're terrible and clueless at the same time.
Yes. Oh man. Ugh.
I wish there was a little bit. I understand why, but I wish there was a little bit more interaction with the brother because I just love their relationship in the first one.
Yeah, I think we'll get more in the next book.
The next one.
I hope so because I love their relationship.
Like it ended.
Oh yeah. I love that he woke up in the end.
I know.
I was so close to being hopeful for Dylan when he was trying. No, I think it was Amari was like breaking whatever curse, and then obviously his memories go back to him. But that moment of clarity, like we all know, that's the moment where he released Quentin. I was just like, thank you, thanks for giving her back someone.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to that relationship and seeing how is it Vanquish? They said it differently in the audiobook, but I always read it as Vanquish.
Vanquish is how they say it in the audiobook.
Yes.
But I think it's really a play on Vanquish because Vanquish.
Yeah. And I think that's why I was like, I know I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how like he pulls that off in book 3, especially because they are like he's a lot older than her. He's like an adult.
He was really close with, who was Laura's sister? I can't remember.
Maria,
that's it. Weren't they partners in the first one?
Yeah.
They were.
Maria,
I want them to be together too. They seem super cute. I mean, we never really saw them together. But I like Maria.
They sounded cute.
Yeah, they did.
And they're very popular. They have like their own action figures and stuff.
I know. That's so cool.
Oh. And then they're trying to call, what was it, Lara and Amari Vanquish 2.5?
Yeah.
Because her and Dylan were 2.0. Yeah. I was just like, you guys.
I did appreciate that they showed Dylan's struggle with like really still caring about her, but knowing he can't because of where he's at.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's a lot for a middle grade. Like that's handling very adult things. I'm not saying it's like too adult or anything. I'm just like, you usually don't see that in middle grade, and I appreciated that.
Oh yeah, I liked knowing that he had a struggle because it kind of makes me feel a little bit bad for him in this. Because normally it's just like, oh, okay, you're a villain, you're a terrible person.
Yeah, he wasn't evil just to be evil.
Yeah, and for him, it's just like you see that his family goes and not necessarily abandons him, but he gets left behind. I'm like, okay, well, I guess in those situations, it is true. Like whoever decides to give you attention, you kind of just gravitate towards that. And if that's
that young.
Yeah, and if it's a bad person, like you don't know better, but this person is choosing to like tell you that you're special, you kind of hang out with them more. So I felt for him in that instance because I was just like,
yeah,
buddy.
And I felt so bad when he was like, I tried to reach out to Maria and she just ignored me. I'm just like,
yeah. Well, when your dad's a dill hole, oh my gosh, I hated him so much.
Why are the parents always so? I mean, Mrs. Peters isn't bad. Amari's mom's not bad, but like every other parent that deals with the supernatural investigation is just either incompetent or an a-hole. Like one of the
two. Nicole. Hopping in.
It's so weird seeing your picture in the comments.
Just popping in, taking a break from the baby for a moment to say hi.
Baby squeezes.
Don't squeeze the baby.
in a good way. Not in like a bad way.
I know. Oh, but yeah, that her dad was just at least in the end, I will give him a shred of credit when things started going bad and he was just like, wait a minute, I'm kind of gotta side with you. Like this little wraith man, Bane, clearly few crayons missing of a full box. I hate to say it, but he was. Technically, it was Harlow's fault also, so we've got some problems there.
Harlow was awful. Like when she was like, and he ran over to her side and she pet him, and I was just like, ew.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he was just blah. Oh, 3 p.m. Oh my gosh. He can't do that.
My friend's going through that now with her baby. Her baby's about 4 months now. And I spent time with her last week and she just wanted to be up and like with me and with her back and forth. She's like trying to cook and I'm like holding her in the kitchen while we're talking. and she doesn't want to sleep. She takes like 10-minute naps, and
I think they feel like they're gonna miss something because my
that's what I said. I'd like she clearly doesn't want to miss anything. Like we're in here playing. Her son is 5. He's trying to teach me how to play Mario Kart for the first time. I never played, so he's like yelling at Mario Kart. No, it was my first time last week, and he's like yelling at me. He's like, "You're doing it wrong."
I'm
okay, Dina. When I get a Nintendo Switch, we'll play Mario Kart together.
Yeah, he got his new Nintendo Switch, so he's showing me how to play Mario Kart. Because I don't game.
If you ever get a Nintendo Switch, we're playing because I want to play.
Yeah, I don't really game. That's my sister's thing, so it's like my first time like playing Mario Kart.
I was never a gamer. I was a book person. My brother's the gamer. So.
I was always playing outside.
Yeah.
Remember?
My parents were like, get out of the house.
I'm so old. I played outside. I didn't have a phone.
I played on the I played games. Well, I played games on the PC.
Yeah.
We had all different PC games. We had Nancy Drew. We had Puff Puff Travels Through Time. We had Monopoly. Freddy Fish.
Freddy Fish. I haven't heard that. And so oh my God.
They have that for Nintendo Switch now too. Freddy Fish.
Do they really?
Yeah, my sister bought it.
I know what I'll be getting at some point.
Yeah, like they just turned the PC game into Nintendo Switch games now.
That's crazy.
Because they know our generation is the one that's buying it, so they're like appeal to our generation.
True.
I miss when they would make lots of like games for about books too. Like I could see like this would be a
great game.
This would be a fantastic game. Oh my God. And then the special powers and stuff.
Yes. This could be a good game on Nintendo Switch.
It has to be called the Temple of Time though, because why they don't change the name to that is beyond me. That little time room, I think they call it the time room or the clock room. And who was it? Like the #1 Vanquish fan.
Arthur?
Where he's just like, Arthur. And they're like,
he was actually one of my favorite side characters was Arthur. I was like,
he was adorable.
I see myself in you as a 12-year-old.
Oh man. Don't worry about Joe, Nicole. We'll teach him how to cook. Or when we get together next weekend, we can food prep and all he has to do
or we can just send you meals and you can cook them and freeze them, and I can cook and send them your way.
My friend used to not be a cook, and then she became a mom and a wife, so now she kind of cooks. And now she's doing the stay-at-home mom thing, so she's like, I don't mind the cooking anymore, but the chores and stuff ain't for me.
Yeah. My biggest thing is laundry, because it never gets folded the day it gets done.
I still have laundry from 2 days ago to fold.
It's the bane of my existence. I can't properly fold to save my life. So if someone wants to teach me how to properly fold, okay, I will cook for you. I will do dishes. I will clean the bathroom. I don't want. No, I hate folding clothes.
I discovered like a weird version of Marie Kondo, like my own personal kind that it's very zen to do. So I'll teach it to you. You're going to tell me that I'm completely crazy because everyone I show it to is just like, Jen, that's ridiculous. That was such a waste of time.
Hey, and I'm like, for you, I'm not going to judge.
Yeah.
I just don't like folding the fitted sheets.
Oh, I figured that sort of how to do that. I'll show you.
My mom keeps trying to show me how to do it. I'm like, I can't do it.
There's just like my grandmother tries to show me, and I'm like, there's just a mental block there. I can't. Nope.
Like she's like, you have to tuck in the corners. I'm like, it doesn't work the same way for me that it does for you.
It works for you.
Oh man, yeah, they're fitted sheets are my nemesis. Let's just everything else I don't mind as much, but fitted sheets are still one that
I hate trying to fold jeans. I hate it. Like long jeans. I'll show you. I hate. Jeans just never. I don't know why. Well, you've got a baby. You have an excuse.
I periodically will go in and refold the stuff in the socks and the underwear. Like when I get sick of not being able to close the drawer.
Yeah.
Then I'll go in and refold everything.
Yeah.
Nicole, teach us your ways. Make a video and
make a tutorial.
Put it on your channel. I will re-share it because plenty of my friends know the fitted sheet.
Although I'll tell you, I've watched so many videos on how to do a fitted sheet.
I want to learn how to deep clean my house.
Well, now you do, Nicole. It's okay.
Well, no, you can use him as an excuse and then make your husband fold the clothes.
Or I'll teach you my ways. Hopefully, it'll give you some Zen moments.
I love the side characters in this one. I can't remember the character that they went to go find when they were talking to Pepsi and Cola. And then she let him get away because he was like a monster that was like afraid of his own shadow or something. And I can't remember.
I didn't write his name down. I failed you guys.
Oh my God,
I remember
that's
his
the magical
pet was
power I
named
really
Shadow.
want, though, to be able to do my chores in an instant.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, that was actually a power in one of my favorite graphic novel series, Witch.
Was it really?
Yeah, like in the Witch series, which it was also like a cartoon for a while. Like one of the characters.
I remember the cartoon.
One of the characters, she can like snap her fingers and everything goes into place in her room. Like she discovered that she had powers by like she was really thinking about how her dirty room needed to be cleaned up.
Oh my God, that would be the best power in the world.
So then it just became like her go-to trick. Like when she needed to clean her room, she just like snapped her fingers and everything would go back into place.
How wonderful would that be?
That would be so great.
I'm like looking around and I'm just like, I see a million things that would just go right into a little happy place right now.
Like it kind of reminds me of that scene where like in Sleeping Beauty when all the godmothers are trying to clean the house and they just snap and then the mop goes and just like I wish.
I want magical powers. I'm trying to figure out because I feel like for the powers in Amari, they come based off a little bit of what you have in real life, and I'm like, I don't even know if I have a superpower. I'm like, what would mine be? Like, I
have no clue. That's a good question.
Would I just have all the cats come to me? I would just be the cat lady. Is that a power?
Well, are you ready? Because don't you have like 4?
Technically, yes, but 3 of them are mine. Only 3 of them are mine. You're like, that's not better, Jen.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm trying to find that guy's name. And then I like how they all like fangirled over her. I'll talk to her because her last name's Peters. Like they were all fangirling. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she became kind of like a celebrity after this book, and that was kind of cool. Like I liked seeing how the dynamic changed.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting how much that they kind of put in regarding like social media, because it's very true. Like if you have a few select people that, you know, post something or provide a message, like it does rile up enough people that, you know, you get hashtags going that you can make things happen. So I thought that was really interesting that they put that in like a supernatural book, because I don't know, for me, I just wouldn't assume that a lot of technology would play a factor into a fantasy, and technology just
makes sense though, especially if you're doing like it's set in an our world environment. I feel like social media has been a big thing for years now at this point, so some form of it should be in like a fantasy set in our world, although a lot of times they'll like kind of dance around technology and not really.
This one was set in Atlanta though. That was kind of different because stuff like this isn't usually set in like Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is more of a modern fantasy, because I'm thinking like a lot of the fantasies I read, I feel like I don't think they have technology, or if they do, it's like their own version of it. But something so close to our world. I mean, it does make sense. You're right. It is kind of modern day times, and it would make sense for it to be there. It's just really, kind of threw me a little bit.
I feel like even in a lot of like ones like urban fantasies and stuff, I don't see a lot of like technology mentioned. So it's like very interesting to just see social media and how it played the role in this book, because it makes sense.
Yeah. I want to know how he came up with that really long word, because I did not listen to that part of it, and I'm just like, how would the narrator have said what the network, the abbreviation is, I believe, EURG, but it basically looked like someone hit their head on the keyboard and then just rolled a little bit to come up with letters. And I feel like I tried to say what it was when I was physically reading it, and I was lost. Erg sounds right.
And I love that the paper that the little fairy people were reading was the Pee-wee guide instead of the TV guide. The Pee-wee guide. I highlighted that one. I'm like, that's so great. That's perfect humor for the age range that reads these books.
Maybe, but I feel like your voice kind of sometimes can get lost in text message. True. Where stuff like, because sometimes I'll send a message and I'm like, did this sound too mean? Or did this sound like,
I feel like,
the way it was.
I had that conversation the other day because I was trying to tell somebody, like, call me after work because I have, like, we need to talk about something. It wasn't bad, nothing bad, but, like, I knew if I wrote it in a text that they would take it the wrong way.
Yeah, that always scared me, seeing that in, like, from a message from my manager, like, I need to talk to you. I need to reach out to you. That used to put, like, fear in our hearts, like, in my old department.
I always put so many emojis in my text messages to try. Yes, I'm like, if you know me, you kind of know the face and, like, the tone that
my favorite one is when you do the shruggy emoji, or this one.
Yeah, the face. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's pretty much at the end of every one of her texts, let me just say.
Yep.
My current manager is good about saying, I need to talk to you, but don't worry, it's nothing bad. So that you don't get that instant fear. Like, what did I do?
My manager has learned, because I tell him every time, he's just like, hey, I put a meeting on our calendar. We're going to meet later. I'm like, oh my God, are you firing me? Like, just tell me now. So now he's like, he'll set the meeting and then he'll go, hey, I've created a meeting. You're not being fired. We're just going to talk. And so it is nice. And then the other day I actually had to talk to him about something because my schedule was going really crazy. And then I was just like, I need to chat. I'm not quitting, but this is exactly what it's about. So it goes both ways. Like, I can freak him out too. Oh man.
Oh, the character that the smoke character was called Newton. The one she talked to after she had the conversation with the fairies. I found it. It was Newton. And he was like a fan of hers, and she let him get away, and then Laura got pissed.
Laura accepted it a little bit.
Yeah.
But they were both against Tristan, which is good because nobody likes him. He
was just a
dick. I said it, all right? I said it. I said that this 12-year-old little boy is a dick, okay? He was.
He just came off like a...
See you next Tuesday?
No. No, like a kiss ass. Like he just wanted to do it because he wanted the accolades.
He wanted his 15 minutes of fame. You know what we should do? We should put her skills against mine. No, get out of here. You're way more qualified than they are. That's okay. We could do it. No, I wanted her to take him down. Ugh. And then she starts that storm and she goes, I can't stop. I don't know how to control it.
I love how it was when it happened when she was upset. So I'm like, I wish I had that power. Like, when I'm pissed, shit just doesn't go right. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, Nicole, because if that little 6-year-old in that one book can be a see you next Tuesday, then a 12-year-old certainly can.
The 6-year-old?
Strange the Dreamer.
Oh, yeah!
I can't remember her name.
Not a 6-year-old being...
Oh, she's awful.
She was like the epitome of evil. Like
she was like Satan personified.
They lived on a floating house, essentially. If you had the opportunity, I swear to you, there's not a person alive that would not have shoved her over.
I just read it recently, so I completely agree with you.
What's her name?
And like 6 months ago, I was like, oh my God, I hate a 6-year-old. That's me.
Mira.
Yes, that's it.
Nicole remembers. Yeah, see, Nicole even wanted to drop kick her in the chest.
And Nicole's the nicer one of the three of us.
Actually, I feel like I'll let it go. No. But yeah, that he bothered me, and I feel like he got a lot of people. I mean, he kind of replaced.
He just seemed like
Laura
a smoozer. He seemed like a smoozer.
Yeah,
I think that's why he bugged me. I'm like, I went to school with kids like you. Just stop.
Like, I hate bullies in general, and so like he just got under my skin. Although I did love that there was a line. I highlighted it. I hope I'm gonna say it close enough to being right because I don't know where it's at. But basically it was, I think it was Jaden. It was a conversation between Jaden and Quentin, and he was saying, you know, Quentin was gonna walk him down the street because he was late to tutoring, and he's like, I didn't want these guys to bully me, and so he walked with them, and he said, if you give them any power, they'll like use it against you. You just got to let them know that you're not afraid of them. And I was like, that's really sweet. And then also, I wish it was true, but there are some people who are just evil incarnate.
Yeah, I've met a couple.
I was gonna say it, but you said it first, so thanks, Nicole.
Well, I just think I've never pissed you off, so I've never seen that side of you.
I don't get. See, my thing is I don't like confrontation, but I'll get quiet. So
yeah,
if I get quiet,
that's me. If I get pissed,
dangerous.
Like, yeah, my brother goes, "You're plotting."
I'm talking.
Yeah, my brother goes, "You're plotting. You're being quiet. You're plotting on someone." I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not."
And I won't admit it too. Like, it's usually I let myself get to an anger point where I'm so mad that like I'm now determined to be angry no matter what. There's no saving me at that point.
You get to your exploding point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yep. And it's usually the dumbest thing that sets you off because you're just at that point because you just let it.
Yep. This is accurate.
Yep, that's me. and then 10 minutes into me flipping out, they're like, what's the real problem? Because it wasn't this.
Like, you don't want to know the real problem. I can't even talk about the real problem anymore.
But that's why we love you, Nicole.
It's true. Nicole says what we all wish we could.
Yeah, Nicole has less of a filter, and I mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah. Accurate. Accurate. Gosh, I'm trying to think about if there's anything in the book, anything else from the book that I want to talk about.
I loved how they were practicing dancing like in the air. The Magnus and what's her name? I thought that was the cutest. I was like, oh my god.
Magnus and Fiona. They were cute. They were cute.
And then when he was like, yeah, I popped the question and the girls just went, oh, like they were like wanted to know everything. I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me, and I'm an adult. I still do that. I'm like, tell me everything.
Nicole's accurate. She's not the quiet one. She's the loud one.
I feel like it takes a while for you to get fully mad, though.
I feel like that's accurate.
Although
if you say the right,
takes you a bit to get there, but once you're there, you're there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to hold myself back when I get mad and tell myself it's not that serious.
Yeah. I can be evil when I get mad. Even my brother knows. He's like, don't talk to her when she's mad. If she'll say something you don't want, can't take back. Don't even.
Don't. And I have a right to be.
Yeah, just leave her be. The part that makes me really angry is when I'm mad, I cry, and people think I'm upset. I'm like, no, I'm just mad.
No, I get that angry cry too. That's like when you know I'm really mad. It makes me so mad
because it's like I'm not crying because I'm upset, but I want to punch you when I can't.
Liz, I loved Not My Type. It was so freaking cute. You're preparing for what is it?
Oh my god, I love Not My Type.
I think it's Love Flushed. I am beyond excited for the Canva that I created for that.
You haven't sent that to me yet. I need to see.
No, I have sent it to you.
I need somebody to help me with my thumbnails. I'm working on it.
She's teaching me because I'm like, please tell me how to do this.
My thumbnail style changes every video I put up because I have not found like a good style yet.
I have not found good editing software either. So this will be fun.
I mean, it's a lot of trial and error because I'm not spending $120 for Pro. But I have to look at all the Pro ones and be like, I would have picked this one. I would have picked that one.
I know. You're like, damn it. Why didn't you like Not My Type? I'm curious.
No, I think she did. Wait, who said they didn't like it?
Oh
no.
Liz?
All right, bye, Nicole. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. Miss your face.
She said it was a cute ending.
Okay. I thought I read. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I was like, you didn't like it. Why? I read that wrong. I'm sorry.
Canvas for thumbnails are awesome.
I use Canva for my thumbnails. I'm just not there yet with where my thumbnails need to be.
I'm not there either. I just made my first thumbnail, a week ago?
I think so.
And trying to import it into StreamYard was a pain in the butt.
You have to screenshot. You have to screenshot because it's too large and things don't.
That was the problem. And then it wouldn't let me shrink it. So I had to send it to Greg, and Greg shrank it and then sent it back to me.
Very nice. Very nice. Greg's a good one.
Yeah, he's like, I got the tools on my phone. I'm like, can you help me, please?
Yeah, luckily for my read along with Shay, she did the thumbnails and she already made them so that they were the right size to just upload.
Oh, nice.
I feel like it's easier if you have an iPhone. Like, I feel like my struggle is because I don't have an iPhone.
I don't have an iPhone either. I do a lot of stuff on my laptop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I had better luck on
my
my
learning
laptop.
process. Just to. Yeah, I
Poor
feel like
Jen. You should have seen our text thread. You should have seen the text thread the day I was trying to import it. I'm like, help me! It's not working. Help me! Help me!
Well,
help
I
me.
feel like when Nicole gave me a really fast overview, she's like, I do this, this, and this, and you got to click here and do that and do this. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds cool. And then one day I'm like, I just have to sit here and fiddle with it.
For StreamYard?
Yeah, for Canva. Well, and StreamYard. Yeah.
The importing to StreamYard was a pain. And trying to connect my YouTube channel to Canva or to StreamYard took me like 45 minutes. And I'm like, why?
Ooh, I tried making thumbnails on my Galaxy. That was the hardest thing. No, never again.
I can adjust it. Like if I send it to myself through an email, I can adjust it on my phone. But I'm not going to do the whole thing on my phone.
Yeah, I do most
That's
of it
like
on
filming
my phone.
on my Galaxy. I've done it. I don't like to do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, look at the screen. There's no way I can look at myself and make sure that I'm in frame. No way.
And then I still had to edit it on the computer when I did film it.
I literally had to email it to myself and edit, and I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. We'll figure it out.
See, it always tells me that the files are too large for me to send.
Too large, yeah.
So I have to plug my phone in.
If I go past 6 minutes, it says it's too large.
Yes, I have to plug my phone into the computer and move it over.
Oh, it's so frustrating. If I go past 6 minutes, it tells me it's too big. I'm just like, but why?
That's crazy. And Shannon, you're so right. Once you have the base that you like, it's just a matter of replacing.
Really cute, Shannon. You always make your thumbnails really cute. Shannon does.
Yeah. I get more creative with mine. That's why you see so many of them, because I have so fun just searching for backgrounds.
She was showing me how to do it. I'm like, I'll do this for hours, but will I finish a thing? No.
When I make one I really love, then I'm determined. I'm like, I have to get a video. I have to get a video out for this.
I really like your thumbnails.
Yeah, I'm always changing my style. I've had some really fun ones, like when I did my one for the day of swim or I learned how to swim day. I liked that one. That was fun.
I want to get that book too. I still really want to read that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you start on your phone, I feel like that's where a lot of people start. I know Nicole and I, when we used to do, she would do it. I didn't. We would record it on her phone and then she would edit the whole thing. So it's a struggle, but that's why eventually we turned to the live
just trying to figure out most people I know who do it on their phones and I'm not trying to hate on iPhone users, I'm not. But most people I know that are like, edit on your phone, they have the really big iPhones. And I'm like, but it's easier to do it on an iPhone.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I was about to say. I feel like it's easier to do it on an iPhone versus an Android.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I will do it if I'm out of memory. Yeah. And if it's a shorter video and I'm out of memory, I will film it on my phone. Otherwise, just using the camera is just easier.
Yeah. Well, I also connected, because it's a Google phone that I have, a Pixel, and I just connected it to my Google, my Google Drive, so I can edit through Google Drive as well. I found that out. Trying to find editing software when you don't own a Mac is not fun.
Editing software in general
I'm like, I don't know.
rough.
So I'm doing lives for the first couple of weeks. That's what I know how to do. And everybody's been getting on me about my channel, so I'm just starting it. And if I screw up, I screw up. It's okay.
It's okay. Of your channel, next Saturday.
It came up so quick.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Huh?
It came up so quick. I'm like, I look at my calendar and I'm like, whoa, that's next week.
Gotta get it started. So yeah, note the date and time, because we're gonna be an hour earlier than we normally are, and we're gonna be on a Saturday.
And on my channel.
So yes.
I'll send, I think I sent you the link. I can send it again so we can put it.
I think you sent it to me and you had it private, so I'm not sure if it's the same. Actually, I think you did send it to me, so I will get it linked somewhere. If you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, I'll make sure to post it on there as well. So definitely feel free to check it out. We will have the author, right? Yeah.
Yes. And Jen made a fantastic thumbnail.
Yeah, I did. So can't wait to share that. So if everyone would like to take a picture to set a reminder. I still did it. Hopefully I did Nicole proud. And then for us here on this channel, our next book is going to be Undercover Bromance by Lyssa K. Adams. This is the second book in the series. There's a trigger warning. I feel like I have to remember, but
it's the sister who I can't stand.
It's the sister. Nobody likes the sister. I think, what is the trigger? I'll have to look it up, guys, because...
Yeah, isn't it, I don't
know if sexual assault, it's been a long time since I've read it, but basically
it involves a lot of the Me Too movement from what I heard.
I feel like that is accurate. So definitely, if that's something that triggers you, look for more specifics, because I'm really terrible right now. But this will be 2 weeks from today. So if you want to take a screenshot as a reminder. Hooray. I don't know how long to hold that. So we did it, and that's all that matters. Yes, and then we do have the schedule out for April. I just posted that on both Instagram and
earlier
Facebook.
Today. Yeah.
I think, Alicia, you said that you shared it on your Twitter.
I shared it on everything.
In May, we may get a little bit crafty just because I'm starting a new thing at work, and then Alicia's got some vacation time, and then I've got vacation time, so we're figuring all of that out.
I'm pretty much going to be out of town for 3 weeks out of the month of May, but I'm bringing my computer, so I'm going to see if we can finagle.
We can definitely try. It'll be super fun.
I'll have internet from a hotel, so we'll see if it works.
I mean, we could probably get
We can give it a
shot. It's all going to be awesome.
I hope you can make it, Shannon, because I think that would be so great if you could make it.
I'm really looking forward to starting it. I probably will start it either this weekend. I got to either start it this weekend or hopefully today.
It's quick.
But yeah, I'm going to annotate it. Words are hard, guys.
My schedule is so full.
That's my problem.
I realized that I have a lot of May books now, like arcs that I need to read. So I'm like, April shouldn't be that bad. And then I'm like, oh, never mind. I need to read some of these May ones.
You know what I started doing that might help? I don't know. It's me. I'm a visual person. So I like to put Post-it notes on my bathroom mirror because I'm going to go into my bathroom. So if I put a Post-it note with like, hey, this is due by this date, make sure you read it. I don't know. For me, it's a constant reminder and I don't forget about it because I'm being honest with you, there was an arc that I received that I need to have read a month from today. And I am really struggling to remember it. So I finally put it on a Post-it note and I'm like, oh yeah, got to squeeze you in somewhere.
Well, NetGalley sends me weekly reminders.
Yeah, I have to read the other NetGalley thing. The NetGalley thing we both have to read. I have to read that.
Which one did you get?
For Julie's book?
Oh yeah.
I was about to ask you guys, are you guys reading Julie's book? Is it going to be a book club pick?
Yes, it will. So so the arc that we have
when it came up on NetGalley.
Is it the Stalking of the Christmas Tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4th. We are also going to be reading a book from an anthology that she's doing.
A short story anthology.
Yeah, it's like 99 cents. I've posted it a couple places. I don't think
it's not coming out for July. Is it July that comes out?
I pre-ordered April 11th.
April.
It's
okay.
Called...
I pre-ordered it like when it first became available, so I don't remember.
Spoiler alert for an image reminder coming up here real fast. It's these two. So this is the book that it's going to be in. A bookworm of a suspect, I think is what it is. And then hers is A Page Before Dying. So
I love that cover. The Page Before Dying cover is the best.
A bookworm of a suspect you have to buy for 99 cents. And then A Page Before Dying is all that we're reading, but feel free to read the others as well. And then because I have it here and I'm so freaking proud of how freaking cute this is. Love Flushed. Okay. Can you see
that
this?
That is a very cute thumbnail.
It's adorable. And teach me your ways. It's adorable.
Honestly, I searched toilet paper, not sure what I would find. And that popped up and I'm like, it's pink and it's like perfection.
The character runs a toilet paper making company. That's why.
That's very interesting.
I know, Shannon. Weekly reminders. I'm trying to do weekly reminders. I'm trying to do off-week reminders. I'm trying to do day of reminders, the Monday reminders. So I've got a lot of thumbnails.
Oh, I'll have reminders up. I just have to make everything not private anymore. So.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Shannon's with it.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, it's not out yet, but you can buy the anthology for 99 cents. It'll be delivered to you on April 11th, and we will read it sometime maybe in May. I know that there are dates in the sign-up sheet, but those are subject to change, which I did update recently, letting you all know that could change at the drop.
Let me plug in my laptop before it dies.
You don't want to disappear.
It is so awesome when you find the perfect image. There's a couple times where I found some good ones, but I didn't know how to like rearrange all of the pieces.
That's my problem is I find good images and I'm just like, I try to move it around and it doesn't look right.
Yeah. It gets iffy, but I'm excited for it. It'll be wonderful. It will be.
I'm excited. I'm a little nervous about the start of the channel, but I'm mostly excited.
You know what? If I can take over for Nicole and not like go down in a blaze of fire, I think you're gonna be real good.
But you also told me like I'm not doing it by myself, so if you ever have like an emergency, we're canceling.
Yes. Yeah, and we'll try to let you know if anything ever changes. Hopefully I don't schedule. I'm trying not to schedule too far out in advance, but I did figure out how to delete a scheduled post on Facebook, so that helps.
Yay! You're gonna have to show me the scheduling posts thing once I start.
Oh yeah, it's honestly I think you have to have a group page though, because when I tried to do it on my own Facebook, it didn't have the option that said schedule, and that made me sad.
Okay.
Not that I need to necessarily post a scheduled photo to my personal channel, but
I just repost your pictures from the group to my personal page.
That works.
It works.
What did she say? Also resize and
Oh. Shannon's always here with the answers.
Things that I will have to remember when I'm on Canva. Because honestly, sometimes I'm in between calls and I'm chatting with someone, talking back and forth, and I don't need to look at my screen. And so sometimes I'll just kind of go searching through images just to see what I can find. That's how I am at
work. Like, that's how I end up getting my thumbnails created and scheduling my posts. I'll be scheduling my posts and in between scrolling on Twitter while on a phone call. Or in between calls.
I don't scroll on Twitter as much because it makes me angry, but
Sorry, my cats are going crazy. Hopefully you can't hear them. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about the book? Anyone else in the comments have anything else to say? I know that we kind of jumped around, but I feel like we hit the major points.
Yeah, I feel like we hit the major points. Except I like where it left off. It gave.
I just don't. I want the book now, and I know it's not ready. It's not out yet.
Yeah, I was like there was a part in like the middle where it got laggy a little bit, but then it picked right back up at the end and made me excited for book 3.
Yeah, I'm excited for book 3 as well. I got about halfway through the book and I'm like, if this continues, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But then it started the way that it ended. I was just like, okay, I need answers.
That's why I was like, I should have. I wish both books were out so I could just binge it and know what happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the undo button.
Undo is fantastic.
Undo. Cartoon versions of yourself? What? It is a good use of time. Oh yeah. This series. Are we talking about Amari? Are we talking about Love Flush? We're trying to finish a couple of them. So if there are books that we haven't selected, let us know. I know, Liz, that you had emailed Nicole about the London Society by, I want to say it's Sarah Penner.
Sarah Penner.
That's going to be probably June, July, but we do have it on the books.
I did get a physical copy, and it's really pretty.
It is so pretty.
It's pretty. And I hope I like it more than the other one.
Good. Oh, me too. I think like the other one was good, but I cared more about the people in the past, and I wish she had just stuck there.
Well, that was my thing. Is like I didn't care about the girl from 2017 whose husband was complete trash. Like I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, the cartoon versions. I had an artist do one for me for like the avatar that I have.
I love your avatar.
She's not on Twitter anymore, so I don't know like what her handle is. She actually is like the girl who is on the cover of the Poet X.
Yeah, I love that cover. That cover is
She's also an artist, and at one time she was doing commissions, and I'm like, oh, I liked the art style she was doing, so I had her do my avatar for me.
Nice. Oh, now I'm thinking about it. The cartoon. Okay. Now we're on the same page. I can see it because I'm thinking about your Instagram now, and I'm like, I think that's probably the same one that you would have.
People cycle through apps too. There's like apps that pop up where everybody like does like little cartoon version of themselves.
Yeah, it happened on Facebook. Everybody was like, and Facebook and Instagram, and everybody was like cartooning themselves, and I'm like,
the Facebook cartoons were terrible, just in my opinion. But yeah, I think if there's nothing else,
and hopefully you guys will like this one because this is the first in a trilogy. The second book is out. The third book will be out in October of this year.
Ooh.
I don't have time to read it, but I will show up to the chat.
Hey! Yeah, this one I don't think has an audiobook, right? It's either the physical or the ebook.
She's trying to get an audiobook, but she's self-published and it's very hard to get it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I see some more self-published authors like doing audiobooks, but they have a lot of like work to do, and then we all know
I see a lot of audiobook narrators putting their own books out and then doing their own audio.
Yeah.
Look at like Travis Baldry from Legends and Lattes. He wrote that book, and but his day job is an audiobook narrator. So
I just bought a special editions of Legends.
It's so pretty. The special editions. It's so pretty. I can't. You're gonna love the little mouse who makes cinnamon buns.
That just sounds wonderful.
He had little character art for him, and he wears a little like chef's hat, and it's just a warm hug. Like it's just so cute. Oh my god, it's so cute.
No, we'll have to definitely read that one. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we all have to read.
Hopefully in June, because that would fit for Pride Month.
Yeah. I think we have time scheduled. So yeah, once we figure out certain schedule changes, we'll get a May.
Sorry,
June
it's my fault. The scheduling changes are my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm holding off on picking a book club book for you guys after my last flop.
No, it was a great conversation.
You gotta pick. It was still good.
I would love to get another one of your picks. It always makes a great conversation.
Yeah, we did have fun conversation that time, but
that cover lied. That cover was such a lie.
I will never get that dildo out of my head.
The breaking of the dildo. And you're just like, no, that doesn't work.
Oh man. Yeah, see, I DNF'd it before that. I did it before all the good stuff started.
You should have kept on going because that scene was pretty comical.
Liz, if you hold off reading it, we will throw that in hopefully in June. We just have to figure out because my schedule is going to change for May and June, so I'm not sure if
me too.
club days are going to modify. So we'll keep you posted as much as possible. We'll definitely keep you posted as much as possible. Picking the book, because that is so true. Like, you don't want to upset anybody, but you also want to be as inclusive as possible. But you also
want to try some different things.
That's why I always tell people, I'm just like, if you have suggestions, let us know, because there's a lot out there. I know that I kind of stick to just my one genre.
I think I sent you so many screenshots. I'm like, this one for this month or this one for this month.
I mean, I do have an author I really like, so like I'm like, maybe I'll suggest that.
Do it.
Please,
we'll
please make us read an AJ Locke book because I really want.
That's what I was thinking of. I'm like, I think
I think
that would actually, one of her books would actually make a good like book club read.
Ooh.
I don't recommend the audiobook for Magic Dark, Magic Divine because I find the narrator is too flat, but the story in of itself is fun.
And they're not long.
Nice.
Yeah, they're not long.
That's even better. Even better, a short one. Oh, speaking of books, all right. Let's see if I can do this. All right, Vina, we'll go with you first. Top or bottom?
Top.
Top. Okay. Alicia, left or right?
Right.
Right. Okay, hang tight. Now I've got to do some counting. You said right, so 1, 2, 5. Vina, pick a number 1 through 5.
4.
4. Alicia, top or bottom?
Top.
So I'm going from the top down 4. All right, here we go. Ooh. It seems like a fairly short one, so that's good because I'm already behind.
Have you read the Harlequin one?
So I read one Harlequin one. I had unwrapped another Harlequin one that was the first in a series, and I told myself I have some over here that are wrapped that are standalones. So I unwrapped one of those in its place. So it kind of works. So here we have this week's book.
She's gonna Vanna White the whole situation here.
Oh, I've been wanting to read this, obviously, since I've wrapped it. Nobody knows what it is because of here, but let's see if I can. I really like that sometimes if I can rip this right, it has a really nice, it does things really nice. It's not going to this time, so I'm just going to kind of help it out. Here. Anyone want to have a guess?
Huh? I see abs.
It's The Darkest Hour. Now, this is a trilogy, but not a trilogy. This is a long ass series. It's like 12 books. But I've been wanting to read this for a while, so this might actually beat out.
What number book in the series is that?
First
okay.
One.
So it's the first of 12.
First of 12. I know, and the first one that
and you're trying not to start series?
I know. But I feel like this is a good one that I can kind of go in between. Yeah, and I really liked Maya Banks. And then honestly, let's appreciate that cover, guys.
Man, abs. Yes, we can.
And it's mass market paperback, so it's not overly long.
Yeah. And
I don't like when mass markets are overly long. Like when they have fantasies that are in mass markets, I'm like, please stop.
$2.90. I can do that. That's
yeah,
not
like
bad.
I don't feel like mass market needs to be over 300.
It doesn't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about I'm gonna aggravate some people, but I feel that way with contemporary romance.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way.
It can't be over $350.
I'm like, if it's 400, it's too long.
Yeah. And that's my problem. That's why when I picked up the one Harlequin one, first of all, I had picked another Harlequin one the time before, and it burned me. In the sense that okay, so it wasn't bad. I think it was called Her Wedding Night Negotiations. It started off, it was good enough.
Author.
By Chantal Shaw.
I like the author.
So my biggest beef with it was too long. For a book that was for 290 pages, it was too long because
I've read a couple Harlequins that felt a little too long, and they were really not that long, so it was a little weird.
Yeah,
the pacing was weird.
Yeah, it's usually a pacing thing.
Yeah.
It just, I hated the fact that she was just like, I can't do this with this guy. And then he was like, I can't fall in love with her. Maybe I should be with her. I shouldn't be with her. And I was like, can we just get on the same page?
Was it which line was it from? Was it an Intrigue?
It was Presents. It was my first Presents.
Sometimes Presents is hit and miss for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the author. Like, I have certain Presents authors that I read.
Yeah. I actually think I might have this as an audiobook. Oh, I could get a 2-for-1. Hold, please. I don't even know what books I have. Let's see. Although I'm trying to physically read more, but at the same time, I'm like, if I can do an audiobook and an ebook. Nope, it's just a physical, and that's fine. But yeah, thanks for helping me choose, guys. We'll do that again next week. Hopefully, if I remember. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for us today. Unless if you guys have anything else you want to say.
Yeah, you're gonna get a 2-for first because Jen's coming over to my channel to.
Yay!
And I will hopefully come back later this year.
Yes, come back. We'll have to. Give us a book suggestion. We'll throw it in there.
Yeah, like I do kind of want
to
back an AJ Locke one. I'm just like, it depends because then she's releasing books for the next 3 months. She has books coming out, so.
Okay.
Charles, we have to talk because I'm reading another book that we're buddy reading, and I'm just. Yeah, I think you've gotten further than I have, and I mean it's not a pick that we're in another group, and I'm just like. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Hey, Charles. Coming in right at the end, but that's okay. Oh, wait, hold on. We shall talk. All right.
You know exactly what I'm talking about then, yep.
Charles is on your side.
Yeah. Because I think that he was complaining about some of the same issues that I'm having at the moment.
Right. 100% agree. I mean, honestly, as long as you show up, that's all that matters. Even if it's just to like the video.
On the replay.
Oh, shoot. Thanks, guys, because that helps remind me of all of the things that I've got to say.
And hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Thank you for those that are watching now and for those that are watching on the replay. Thank you to my lovely co-hosts. I think it's, oh gosh, I don't know how to do this. It's all backwards. Thank you both for showing up. Thank you all for joining and commenting. If you comment below, that's awesome, but I probably won't watch the replay, so maybe Nicole will respond to you.
I cannot watch that. I cannot hear I heard a replay that popped on my TV, and I was like, I heard my voice, and I'm like, no.
Can't do it. I can't do it. And then also, there's a lot of anxiety that goes with that. So.
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna call it here because I've been drinking like gallons of water and now I have to really go. Thank you, everyone. It was wonderful. Yes, definitely. The next time that you could see us is on Alicia's channel next Saturday. Otherwise, come back next 2 weeks from Wednesday.
I know, Charles. I'm finally getting the channel, so you can stop bugging me.
Yeah. March 29th back here, but that is going to be all for now. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.